my last video, I showed how formal science fits into my theory. I showed the secondary disciplines and the minor core disciplines in my theory. This video expands on the minor core disciplines and what they are based on. They're based on partial elements. If the elements are the chemistry of my theory in formal science terms, the partial elements are the particle physics of my theory. Partial elements can be used to describe many more concepts than the art-related disciplines. But distinguishing major from minor art-related disciplines is mainly what I use it for in my book. I explained why formal science was an uncertainty in my theory despite my theory being based in formal science. I treat it as a subset of social science intersecting with technology. The minor core discipline of techno-philosophy fits more neatly in the gap in Figure 32. Aside from what is shown exclusively in the last video, Figure 32 is the first figure in the book showing all 6 core disciplines. It shows what is unique about each core discipline using 2 broad categories, algorithms and intentions. The unique parts in the black dots could be considered subsets, but they would be very limited disciplines. Techno-philosophy is mainly about algorithms. What's intended by the algorithm is what's prescribed. As mentioned in the last video, I split techno-philosophy into 2 parts, prescriptive and descriptive. Prescriptive is much like engineering without production. Descriptive is much like natural science and is identical when you add the partial element. It's analyzing synthesis. These 2 subdisciplines apply to algorithms. Figure 34 breaks down the algorithm into layers with techno-philosophical lenses for looking at the intended and unintended parts of the algorithm. Without the lenses, there's no analysis. When prescriptions are ideal, everything anticipated is also intended. The only unintended parts are the parts that weren't anticipated. Unintended doesn't necessarily mean undesired. The result is a bit broader in scope than the algorithm because it can be either static or dynamic. The algorithm is always dynamic. The result is beyond what is controllable by the algorithm. Through the lenses, luck is the only unique part of the result that can't be controlled. Techno-philosophy can logically assume that unlucky results are unintended. Outside the scope of both results, techno-philosophy can only hope for what is intended and logically assume that only unintended results will be feared. Fear of success would be a non-technical exception. If one handles every part of the algorithm, it's design. Part of design, such as aesthetics, is outside the scope of technology. Prescriptive techno-philosophy doesn't apply. Prescriptive techno-philosophy only applies where technology is handled. Like in Figure 32, Figure 34 only describes what is unique about the section of the set. Descriptive techno-philosophy also describes what is intended, but doesn't make the prescription. Neither prescriptive nor descriptive involve production. They are exclusively information disciplines. But without them, there's no analyzing the effectiveness of any part of technology, art, or even nature. But you can still analyze the amoral result of nature with natural and social science. And you can still affect nature by intentional or unintentional handling. Techno-philosophy is a discipline that already exists, but isn't well recognized by that name. I call it a core discipline because it's more fundamental and distinguishable than engineering. This is the last video of Chapter 2. Chapter 3 dives deeper into the scientific method and how it relates to art. I hope you are looking forward to it. Please leave constructive feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching.